have not heard otherwise, and I heard a quote from their coach about the fact that they were counting on playing themselves. So I was down there in a hurricane, what was that, 2002, and I was with the Saints, and it was scary and disruptive to everything. I mean, everything. So I know what they're going through a little bit. There's a lot of unknowns, but I sure hope they're all okay, and I hope that they can make the trip.
I wanted to know about that a little bit with your time with the Saints. You know, with the hurricane, what are they going through right now?
Like I said, lots of unknowns. The big night when it was supposed to hit when I was there were a lot of people that did not even leave the office. I lived relatively close, but then I had a hard time getting back. And I came in at 5 the next morning just to give myself time in case I had to walk. I did not know what was, and when I went home that night, there were trees on the road. I had to take all sorts of other streets to get home. I mean, when that stuff's going on, it's scary.
Have you talked about what would happen if they can't make it?
No, I haven't. I don't know. Big scrimmage? I don't know. I don't know what we would do.
But would it be rescheduled, or would you try?
I have no idea.
How much of a disappointment would that be? I mean, just getting amped up for the season.
Well, let's don't talk about it. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're playing the game, and I think that that's the only way for us to approach it.
Going in this week, I mean, how excited are you to finally be here and be this close?
I'm very excited about the whole deal. I think that it's time to get started. I think that we've enjoyed the process, and the guys have taken advantage of it. So we need to play a game and win, and then go forward from there.
Has there been a different energy level this week, just with the game week preparation and stuff?
Yes, there's definitely a different kind of urgency, I would say. Most of the urgency as we go through is pretty competitive. There's a lot of vying for spots and a lot of competition and a lot of learning. And now this edge is more of, we're trying to gain knowledge of an opponent and still practice fast. Meshing those two things is not always easy.
Has it been tough trying to get a lot of information on Nicholls State? I mean, the team just kind of mimicking what they do?
No, with the way video is today, you get from everybody what you always do.
Picked your punter yesterday, and what went behind the thought?
Very, very good competition, long-term competition, charted. Bruce has charted every punt for all spring practice, all fall camp, and I think that we've got. I think both guys have been really consistent, but as you go through and you look for the most consistent with the best hang time match with this distance and the guy that can do it day in and day out the most, we picked a guy, but they're both good.
Talking about position battles, Coach, where else has there been, competition for a spot on the one, say from some of the number twos that you've seen so far?
Well, as you look at our tight end position, that thing can be very fluid. Yeah. Colby obviously has the best experience, but all of them are kind of that rising talent that we've just let them play too, and I think probably they're all going to play. We'll redshirt Dustin Stanton, but besides that, I think they'll all play.
After last year's first week, Mike, has anything changed this year in terms of preparing for this first game?
No, I think the difference has been the practice times and the things leading up to it. Once you get into this deal, it's about learning about the opponent and trying to keep a good speed of practice.
Last year's team was young and it made a lot of mistakes. Have you seen enough this fall to convince you that the mistakes will be?
That'll be the difference in the team. I think that the experience hopefully will help eliminate some of the both physical and mental mistakes that went on, and hopefully we'll be better because of it.
If you had to pick one spot where your team as a whole, so like one unit that's improved the most in your eyes since last year so far, would you be able to name that position or no?
I think overall probably it might be the running back position. I know everybody sees the running, but I look at the pass routes, the pass receiving, and the pass protection, and I think that group's really grown.
Are you confident with where the offensive line is going into the season?
Yeah, they've been playing well. I think that 4 of them have played a lot, and they're playing better than they ever have since they've been here. And we got Isaac, who's a freshman in the middle, but I think that they've had a good camp.
Have you seen a lot of growth in them from last year to this year?
Oh yeah, individual growth, every one of them.
What about just from Storm, since he was named a starter, how have things been different for him since, he got the nut?
Probably just the order in which he gets the turns. Everything else is kind of business as usual. You do it, and you go through that part of it, and then you just keep practicing.
Saw Watkins didn't practice today. Do you expect him to see much action?
No,
What about Boom? Is he feeling better? Or?
I don't think so. So I don't know if he's going to play either.
I don't know if you answered this already, but is Thibodeau, since you were down there, is that in any different kind of situation as other areas like New Orleans? Are they more on the water or?
Well, they're not necessarily on the wall. There's a bayou that runs through there, but they are out in the sugarcane fields, and they are, they're pretty south. And I would say that anything along the Gulf would affect that place a lot.
How did this game come to be? Did you have any kind of connection there or anything? It
No.
just kind of worked out?
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Mike.
One.
Can you imagine a game week with missing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday practice?
No, I know. It's really difficult. That's why I mentioned that when we were in New Orleans, it was a major distraction. So.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Mike.